Mitt Romney is blaming Hurricane Sandy for losing the election. It was only a matter of time until it happened, ladies and gentlemen. He's taking zero responsibility for being defeated handily by Barack Obama. He is instead blaming Hurricane Sandy for killing the momentum he had, which of course has been proven not to have existed.
Right.
This was according to the Washington Post, quote, "At the Wednesday breakfast, Romney told the donors he believed Hurricane Sandy stunted his momentum in the final week of the campaign, according to multiple donors present. Some Romney supporters are blaming Chris Christie, while others are blaming the Romney campaign itself. Election defeats are personal rejections, so it wouldn't be surprising for Romney to look for external factors." The thing is, Romney didn't have momentum, right? I mean, he had this, there was this shift after debate one, and then the polls started to go back to exactly where they were pre-debate number one, and that's kind of it. I mean, am I off on this, Natan?
No, absolutely. The myth of Romentum, or Mitmentum, as Sam Wong was saying on his blog. Yeah, unless you trust Dick Morris and Karl Rove, who are always correct in their predictions, I think the hurricane was just the icing on the cake for Obama. Things were looking to go his way before them.
And Lewis, as far as trusting Karl Rove goes, who wouldn't trust a guy who spends $300 million and loses every race he's supporting?
Right. Let's just remember, hopefully next election people will remember this one.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's a difference between momentum and hype, right? Because there was certainly plenty of hype.
Yeah, especially hype coming from your own campaign.
Right, right. You do have to hype up your own campaign. So there was tons of hype.
Bill O'Reilly has been repeating numerous times now. Also the thing about Hurricane Sandy. Here he was on election night, and he repeated this exact same thing on Katie Couric's show, her morning show. Maybe that's her only show at this point. I'm not completely up to speed on Katie.
I believe she does two shows.
Does she do two now?
I think so.
In any case, this was Bill O'Reilly jumping on the bandwagon with Hurricane Sandy.
But I didn't pick up two things. On the exit polling, Hurricane Sandy was prominent in the exit polling. And that's really interesting because it just impacted a bunch of Northeast states who would vote for Barack Obama anyway. But the country was so locked in on this fierce storm. I mean, Americans like storms. And they were and there was Chris Christie and President Obama walking down the beach, you know, with little Seth and the Moonglow music behind him. And it just wiped the governor's campaign off the map.
All right, let's discuss this, because what he says is interesting. The idea that Romney would have otherwise won if it weren't for this timing that resulted in President Obama responding to Hurricane Sandy. The idea that that's the case, any one factor can affect the election. We don't know exactly how. Let's put that aside. But the interesting thing is this. If all it took was seeing President Obama being an adult and Republicans working with him to get people to vote for Obama, that's actually a legitimate reason to vote for the guy. That's not any kind of trick or underhanded thing.
Right.
The guy was doing his job. People approve of the job he was doing, and therefore they vote for him.
That's exactly how it happens. You exercise a little bipartisanship, and all
and
the
that's
better.
The thing. It's not even bipartisanship. In other words,
well,
people are so...
That's right, but it's interpreted as bipartisanship.
That's right, because people are so... I don't know what even the term is. They're kind of... they're so... All they see is the partisan bickering. And then they see, oh, New Jersey governor is the governor, so he goes where there's damage. The president is the president. He goes where there's damage. They're there at the same time. They're there together. They're able to not have a fist fight. Wow. Interesting.
Imagine if what the commentary would have been from the right if the governor of New Jersey was a Democrat.
Right. No question.
You know what's interesting about this? That Chris Matthews got into really hot water on election night when late at night, I think it was 3 a.m, he said, the hurricane was great.
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday.
Right. So we talked about it. And then he apologized yesterday on the air for about 5 minutes for it. And he was wrong to act like it was a great thing. It was obviously terrible. But even he, who's on the left, thinks that it was a key part of what happened, that Obama's victory, or maybe the margin of victory, was related to the hurricane.
Do you buy that?
I think that it might have had a significant effect. I don't think Romney would have won without it, but I think it definitely stopped the national discussion on Romney's campaign. His campaign was almost just halted during the hurricane.
Lewis?
Obama would have won either way.
I think so, too.